Hey, what's up, Dean? Same Performance at the shop, and got Jeff's Camaro up in the air still. Started putting some exhaust pieces on, but we got the panhard bar kit from Speed Engineering. No, Speed. Believe. You know what? I don't remember who this is from actually. The box is right here. Oh, Suspension Engineering. That's who does that torsion bar. And I like this one better than the like a BMR that goes all the way up into this pocket. It's got nice poly mount here with like a pivot, and it also has this brace that eliminates the factory X brace. It also has a drive shaft loop built into it. Not that I think this car needs it, but it's built in, so it fits really, really good. Clearance on the drive shaft. It's fully adjustable in the car. You can actually adjust your pinion angle and stuff, and right now it's set to where it was with the factory one. So that's all in. The panhard relocation, that is Speed Engineering. So I got that in. I got the heat shield back on. These are the coil springs from the Firebird. So I got those in. So the rear end is all tied up and done. Like I said, I started putting some of the exhaust pieces on. I ordered a bunch of tubing because the Speed Engineering kit is on a massive back order. So it wouldn't get here till late end of October. If even then, it probably wouldn't even get here till November. So that's their tubing that comes in their Y pipe kit, but I'm just not Ying it together for a single. It's very hard to fit 3-inch on this car. This car is very low to the ground, but we're gonna do it. So once I get the rest of the tubing, I think it comes today, but once I get the rest of the tubing, we'll be good there. I'm gonna push Jonathan's truck out, lower this down, and that's where we'll be. Okay, this is where I am. Intake is back off for a second time. Had an issue with the brackets for the rails. They were kind of twisting the injectors. And then the injectors I got, the Deka 60s, the connector was so high up that it hit the rail, and that's why the rail was like tweaking. So I got a different set of injectors. Unfortunately, they're EV6 and these are EV1, but I believe I have the short connectors for it. But I made some brackets from some other ones because they had to be a little bit taller, and all I did was bring it over, hook up the fuel line, and just key it on like 5 or 6 times just to pressurize the rail, make sure no leaks anymore. Also, I took the map sensor out of the bottom, put it in the back, so it's more like the LS3 style plug. I have the adapter for it, so I got to plug that in, and then I put another vacuum line leading out the rail to the front because I'm going to put the purge solenoid on this mount here where it goes through the bracket, and then that'll let me hook up the factory like tank emission piece. So I'll do that. Now that I have that plug, I can put the intake back on. I just got down here yesterday, took it apart and configured it and fixed all of that, and now that I'm actually have it out, I also noticed the gasket is blown out, so I'll be able to fix that. I have a new gasket in the cabinet, so I'll be able to fix that. That's not good. That would have been a nice big vacuum leak I'd have been searching for. So yeah, that's what I'm working on today, is getting the intake back on. I'll get the purge solenoid up on the rail. I already have the little I think that's for cruise control. I believe that's the cruise control solenoid. Not sure. But now that I think about it, I only have one vacuum line for here. And I don't have any other vacuum line. I'll have to look up what that little solenoid is and how it's routed, because it used to sit here, somewhere here. No, here. Yeah. It used to sit here, and it had a vacuum line. So I'm not sure where that one goes, what it's for. But anyways, I'll figure all that out. I'll fix this gasket real quick and then get the intake back in, and probably start piping the exhaust back. I still have some left over from the Magnum that I need, but I can use on this because I have more coming. I got the little catch can in, both valve covers routed over to the catch can, so that's in. Did a little red one, whatever. So I'm gonna get to work. All right, back down on the ground. So I drained the oil, new filter, intake's all on, the factory purge solenoid's hooked up, the vacuum line to that little solenoid, which I got to look up that one. I forgot to look it up. Everything is connected, except for this hose here, but started putting coolant in it, fresh oil in it. I gotta close that up. And I already read the file out, I don't know, before I really started taking the car apart. I read the file out, and then I went in and made all of the injector adjustments for the first set, and then had to come back and readjust them for this set. But that's all done. So I'm trying to keep up with the coolant here. She's burping. Already got almost 2 gallons in it, plus whatever is in here. So it should be pretty close. I'm not gonna start it. I started it before. It did start right up. I don't have any IAC adjustment. I have to do all the reset stuff, like the GM reset stuff. But I just kind of put the screw somewhere and let it ride there, because let me see, hold on. I started doing the exhaust on the passenger side. Well, I pretty much have it done on the passenger side except for the muffler and the tip. But I did the band clamp here, closed off the O2 sensor. That doesn't need to be there because I got the O2s up here in both headers. Transmission's all connected, drive shaft's in. We went over all that. So I came back, rolled it in, remember, this is going to be dual exhaust. Way too much pipe. Should have done it in 2.5, but he wanted 3. So this side, the driver's side, I want to just kind of chase the passenger side, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Once I get in here, I have to kind of shoot up on an angle and then bring it down and then shoot it across. I think the hard part is getting through here. This had to be tucked so tight over, and then I had to turn it a little bit that it actually touches right up in there. I'll be able to kind of push it off with a hanger. Push it off a little bit, but I got to get this pipe in. I might have to kind of push this heat shield up some. Lift up, mate. That's tight, but I should be able to sneak a 3-inch pipe in here. The good thing is this bar doesn't move. It doesn't go up and down like with the rear end. The panhard only goes up and down over here, and it goes up and down a little bit over here. So hopefully it's even. Looks pretty close. Hopefully I'll be able to get it in there and then turn it along here. I got to keep it far forward because the mufflers I got 2 sets of mufflers, but those are really short. So I'm thinking those might be Magnum mufflers, but these were for the Magnum. So I'm thinking, I don't even know why I'm taking the bag off it. Thinking, see how far back that goes? It fits over the pipe there. So I could cut that back a little bit, but I still got to get tips on it. So as of right now, I have it to where it sits pretty close to that bumper. And then I did another clamp here. So as soon as I'm going to weld this to the muffler, and then this will clamp in so that the muffler's removable, and then the tips will be welded to the muffler. But as soon as I get, this section fitted a little bit better, like this is a really loose fit here, which kind of sucks, but then I'll know. I do know that I'm gonna have to come really close and then roll it, really tight over here. So we shall see. And then hopefully these are quiet enough for him. He goes back and forth on being arrested for muffler noise. But it's dual exhaust on a Camaro. Really, there's not a lot. We could do a regular muffler and may end up doing a regular muffler. Because you can get them about the same length-ish. I just think, I don't know. It's his car. It'd just be big spot here. Maybe not even stand up, because that would look stupid from behind the car. I don't know, there's just not a lot of room to get like a regular size muffler in there, but if that's what he wants, that's what we'll do. But tomorrow I should have the other kit, because I used up a bunch of my stuff, which doesn't matter. I could just throw all this stuff from the other kit. But tomorrow I will bring this back 90 it down, up, over. I'll probably be able to get both sides wrapped up with the muffler on both sides, and then we can kind of see how it sounds. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at right now. So I will put a video in there of the car running in the beginning. Yeah. But that is it for today. I'm taking off. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment. As always, have a good day.